So I saw the title of this article and I knew I wanted to read it live here on the podcast. I mean, for our celebrity news of the week, man, this stuff, this is crazy. I mean, when you talk about the money spent in this country, not by this country, that's not the route we're going down, even though I could, by the way, because there's some very strong opinions about that, but just on like Hollywood and movie productions and what they will do to get things done and the people involved and actors. I mean, so as of right now, they're filming Aquaman 2, the DC Universe sequel, Aquaman 2. I think the fans of DC might be excited for this. I don't know where we're at on the DC universe. I'm pretty sure no one saw Black Beetle. Like the last Batman film I think was good. The Joker I think was good. Like the gritty ones are good. Like the new gritty movies are good. But like as far as the main timeline, like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, I'm pretty sure like we're out on these, right? Like you guys tell me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we're out on these. But the title of the article is really what sets it apart from Marvel and not even superhero movies, honestly. Just basically just Amber Heard claims Jason Momoa dressed up like Johnny Depp to mess with her on the set of Aquaman 2. And here's how the article starts. Amber Heard told her therapist Jason Momoa was purposely dressing like her ex Johnny Depp while filming Aquaman sequel. One of many claims are just now coming to light. First of all, we're only one sentence in, and I mean, if this doesn't tell you exactly where we're at in society when it comes to therapy and mental health and mental well-being and going to talk to someone and your therapist, how do we know what Amber Heard is talking to her therapist about? The fact that we know what Amber Heard's talking to her therapist about, I'm pretty sure directly violates like doctor-patient confidentiality. Like, is HIPAA not a thing? Is that not at play here? Or do we just, like, I thought that's the reason I go to therapy. Like, I don't, and I need to. Trust me, I'm working on it. But like, where I could have sworn last time I checked, going to therapy meant that you kind of like, this is between you and your therapist. That's why you go. Because if it wasn't just between you and your therapist, just talk to someone else about it. And if, you know, they tell someone, then so be it. You know what I mean? You tell things to your therapist when you don't want other people to necessarily know exactly what you're saying, right? They're that one person you're supposed to be able to trust. So the fact that maybe, I don't know, Amber Heard's therapist is in the pocket of TMZ, maybe they don't care, maybe the rules just don't apply for celebrities, you know what I mean? I don't know what the situation is, but apparently Amber Heard's therapist has been talking to some people. The news comes courtesy of new legal docs from Amber Heard's defamation trial last year, which was recently made public and details some startling allegations and made in therapy sessions back in 2021. Oh, I see. I get it now. I should have read the whole thing. Listen, I've said it so many times before. The reading level on this now I understand. Okay. Aquaman 2 is done filming. So I need to retcon everything that I just said. Everything I just said, where are we? In the last 5 minutes? Maybe last 4 minutes? Everything I just said in the last 4 minutes, forget it. And now everything I now say is the truth and what actually happened. So the Aquaman 2 movie is like out and about, and it's coming soon to theaters near you. They were filming a few years ago because that's just how long it takes to make these movies. And so Aquaman 2 is out. The trailer, I think, is out now. It's coming out soon, right? Like, it's going to be out in theaters like either soon or next year sometime. The trailer's out now. And so they were filming it back in like 2021, 2022 sometime. And so because of the court documents of the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial, we now have some new fun information stories coming to light. Because, of course, all this knowledge is now public information when you go through the public court system. So here's what the article says. During one particular session in December of that year, 2021, she said she felt Jason was seemingly trying to play mind games with her by unintentionally copying Johnny Depp's fashion sense right down to the multi-fingered rings, according to Variety. There are more allegations she made about Jason to her therapist at the time, including a claim that he was intoxicated on set and that he was working to get her fired. So, isn't that a funny story? Isn't that hilarious? Amber Heard, the ex-wife of Johnny Depp. I don't think they're still married. Amber Heard, who was once with Johnny Depp, is complaining about Jason Momoa wearing scarves and multiple rings on his fingers and being drunk on a movie set, because let's be honest, we all know Johnny was just rip-roaring ready to go during the filming of the last two Pirates movies. Like, it's blatantly obvious. I'm sure there's articles about it. Like, prove me wrong. So the fact that she's complaining about Momoa doing the same thing. Listen, what is it with celebrities? What is it with celebrities who are getting paid upwards of like what? Jason Momoa is probably making $30 million. He's probably making somewhere in the neighborhood of $30 million for the Aquaman 2 movie that you can't keep it together for 3 months. It takes them 3 months in front of a green screen in a room in Hollywood studios for you to film this movie. You can't keep it together for 3 months. Listen, bro, if you know you're not filming tomorrow, then start drinking once you're done today. But like, if you cannot not be drunk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they do all this on a soundstage. So like, I know they're filming during the day. Like, you cannot not have alcohol at like 2 p.m. Get it together. You're making $30 million and you can't lay off the vodka, the fucking tequila, the spiced rum for 3 hours? Like, come on, bro. Get it together. Like, we all go to work. Me, my friends, my fiance, like, we all go to work. We all go to work 9 to 5, and guess what we don't do? We don't drink. Listen, sometimes we do. There's a bottle back there. Like, if it's appropriate in your industry, if it's appropriate to have a drink, if it's appropriate to have a beer at lunch. I've had those jobs before. I've gotten drunk with the owners of the companies that I've worked for at lunchtime, because that's just sometimes what you do when you nail big projects, land big clients. You finally sign that contract, you celebrate a little bit during the week, and you drink a little bit. But that's when the times are appropriate. Not when you're filming a $200 million budget DC Warner Brothers production James Gunn movie called Aquaman 2, where $200 of that $1 million, $30 million of it is going directly to you. That means you can wait a minute to drink a little. Like, come on, dude. Now, maybe he was just doing it on purpose. Who knows? A rep for DC denied these characterizations, saying, of course, they always deny. Listen, of course, they have to. They have to deny. That's the motives of the lawyers. Deny, deny, deny. If we come out and say Jason Momoa was actually drunk on set, literally no one's going to go see this movie. We've got about 12 people in line for this movie already. All right, fine, maybe 12 million, but like, let's be honest, I don't have high hopes for the box office numbers of this movie when it comes out. They have to deny it every time. The rep says, Jason Momoa conducted himself in a professional manner at all times on set of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. A separate source told Variety that Jason's fashion sensitively, naturally reflects a bohemian style, pushing back on Amber, feeling he was trying to torment her. So basically, Amber's mad because Jason Momoa has the same bohemian style as Johnny Depp, with the hat and the long hair and the tank tops and the tattoos and the rugged guitar case and the leather bag, you know what I mean? That was handcrafted by like someone's great-great-grandfather back in like 1784, made out of pure, genuine leather that his great-great-grandfather, they unfortunately, due to disease, had to kill the family cow. This was their only cow. This was going to feed them through the winter. Like the winter of 1796, they almost didn't survive because of the disease. That they had to kill the family cow, but they couldn't let it go to waste. So they skinned the cow and then they turned it into this leather bag. And through 1796 and through the 1800s and the World Wars and Vietnam and everything else leading up to now, like in 1993, when things finally settled down and they passed down this bag to Jason and his mom used it when he was a baby. It was his diaper bag when he was a baby. And he's got this leather bag and now he uses it to carry like his iPad Pro and like his AirPods and everything he needs with his guitar and his laptop to make his music in between drinking and filming scenes of Aquaman 2. And so Amber Heard's kind of mad at this bohemian style that kind of reflects Johnny, because Johnny has a similar scarf that his great-great-grandfather gave him in 1847 that made it through the, you know what I mean? There's a lot more juicy nuggets in the docs, including allegations that Warner and DC tried canning Amber Heard ahead of filming of Aquaman 2, but not because of the Johnny Depp drama, but more so over a perceived lack of chemistry with Jason Momoa on the big screen. This is where things get crazy. At the time, Amber's then boyfriend, right? I was confused about the marriage. I forgot. She was dating Elon Musk. She was with Johnny. They split, right? Now, then she got with Elon, the billionaire, right? Amber's then boyfriend at the time, Elon Musk, fired off a juicy letter from his lawyers to the people at Warner Brothers saying that basically he has enough money to metaphorically burn their houses down if Amber was not brought back for the Aquaman 2 sequel. So we have Elon Musk directly responsible, paying his way for his then girlfriend Amber Heard. Listen, hey, I wouldn't want her shitting in my bed either, okay? So if that means I've got to spend a few million to the lawyer who's then going to need that money to send to Warner Brothers with the letter that basically says Elon Musk is willing to throw every ounce of litigation at you in the court system and tie you up for years indefinitely and not settle because he's got $48 billion in the bank. If you don't put Amber Heard in Aquaman 2, they're signing, babe. They're signing right on the dotted line and saying, hey, Amber, honey, we're sorry. Listen, about that chemistry between you and Jason, we know it's not really there. We know he's got his own problems with his wife. But what we need you to do, we just need you to can you spice it up 10 more %? Can you give us 10 more % sexiness in Aquaman 2? Yes or yes? And then she's like, of course I can. Of course. All right, babe, you're back. Aquaman 2, we film next week. And that's it. All you need to get it done is a billionaire boyfriend. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's insane. It's insane. It's a peek behind the curtain amid a lot of speculation at the time over how much the Amber Heard Johnny Depp saga may have affected their prospective work and the movies they were in, especially for Amber, who came under fire under intense criticism in the wake of Johnny's victory after the trial. Remember, fans wanted her character, Mira, completely recast, and a viral petition got started over it to no avail. Like, people are pissed. Like, after she lost this trial, the internet basically said, we don't want to see her in Aquaman again. But unfortunately, money trumps you, bitch. And when you've got a billionaire boyfriend to call the shots, it's pretty evident as to what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure Elon is going to spend an infinite amount of money that you and I can only dream of that's not going to put a freaking dent in his bank account on Aquaman 2 tickets just so they can say it was a success for his, I think now ex-girlfriend, for Amber. I guarantee you Elon Musk buys anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 worth of movie tickets when this movie comes out. Guarantee it. We'll see. We'll see.